Ken Jennings recently won $1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and says he could do it again. The ultimate king of trivia, Ken Jennings, is one of the most successful game show contestants in history with his unbeaten record of 74 consecutive wins on Jeopardy! Luckily for his fans, it seems like the game show host has no plans of slowing down, as he recently won $1 million alongside Matt Damon on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. With that under his belt, Jennings recently shared that there are 2 more game shows where he can confidently create another 74-game winning streak. In a recent video shared by Jeopardy! On social media, Jennings answered the most frequently asked fan questions from around the world. One of the fans in the video asked Jennings what other game shows he would want to compete on. "I've never been on Family Feud, never been on Password," Jennings said in response. "I secretly think I could have like a 74-game streak on both of those." He further added, "This isn't the first time that the host expressed his interest in appearing on Family Feud. Previously, he had shared that it was his lifelong dream to be on the show, led by Steve Harvey. "I feel like my lifelong dream has not yet been fulfilled to be on the Feud. Like, I just want to be on Family Feud. That's my only dream," he said during another behind-the-scenes Q&A video on Instagram. Jennings had shared that he grew up watching the show, and had even planned how his family could run for a spot. "When I was a kid, and my little sister was born, I was so excited because now there were 5 of us in our family, and we were the right size to be on Family Feud," he shared. He added that the idea was shot down by his mother, as his sister was only a few months old at the time. While Jennings is keen to win big on the Feud, it won't be technically possible as the show only allows each family to play for only 5 games, at most. The other show, however, does provide Jennings an opportunity to replicate his record. Password, which was revived in 2022, allows contestants to win consecutively, but no celebrity has done so. While Jennings can appear on 74 episodes, it may not be possible, given his busy schedule with Jeopardy! Furthermore, the show is yet to be renewed for a 3rd season. Apart from this, Jennings was also asked how different it was to be behind the podium as a contestant and as a host. To this, he shared that hosting was a little more difficult in some ways, but it is way less intense. He said that the contestants are under immense pressure, as the show goes through 3 players almost every hour. "The attrition rate there is brutal," he said. Jennings had previously stated that he talks to the contestants backstage to help them calm their nerves before getting in front of all the lights and cameras. Ken Jennings, the legendary Jeopardy! Champion, whose winning streak once captivated the nation, is no stranger to breaking records. With 74 consecutive wins under his belt and a total of over $4 million in winnings, Jennings has become synonymous with trivia excellence. But in a recent candid conversation, the Jeopardy! Host revealed that he sees potential for similar streaks in 2 very different television shows. That his competitive spirit and intellectual prowess extend far beyond the iconic quiz show. Jennings' name is virtually inseparable from Jeopardy! His 2004 run not only shattered previous records, but also turned him into a pop culture phenomenon. For trivia fans, Ken Jennings is the benchmark of knowledge masteries, someone whose mental agility seems almost superhuman. But in a recent interview, Jennings shared that while Jeopardy! Is his current home as a host, there are other arenas where he believes he could replicate that rare feat of 74 consecutive wins. The first show Jennings mentioned might surprise some. It's none other than Wheel of Fortune. Yes, the long-running game show known for spinning the giant wheel and guessing letters in word puzzles. While many might assume that Wheel of Fortune is purely a game of luck, Jennings pointed out that strategy, pattern recognition, and probability play critical roles in consistent success. If you know how to maximize expected value when spinning and guessing, the odds are more predictable than people think, Jennings explained. He elaborated that a contestant with the right approach could avoid the big pitfalls that commonly eliminate players. With careful strategy and a solid understanding of probability, Jennings believes a 74-game streak isn't out of the question. Of course, Wheel of Fortune is a very different environment from Jeopardy! Instead of testing pure recall and trivia knowledge, it demands pattern recognition, quick decision-making, and risk management. Jennings sees this challenge as an intriguing extension of his skills. "I love the idea of taking something that looks like luck and figuring out how to tilt it in your favor. That's the mental challenge I thrive on," he noted. This insight not only demonstrates Jennings' analytical mind, but also his willingness to approach different challenges with the same rigor that made him a Jeopardy! Legend. The second show on Jennings' list is another trivia-based program, but with a twist. He pointed to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?, the show where contestants answer increasingly difficult multiple-choice questions for escalating cash prizes. The format is different from Jeopardy! In that the contestant faces a single line of questions rather than a board of categories. But Jennings argues that the mental skill set overlaps significantly. A lot of the game comes down to confidence, risk assessment, and knowing when to trust your knowledge. "That's something I've always excelled at," he said. In Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Jennings sees the potential for a remarkable streak because the questions, while increasingly difficult, are multiple. This format allows for strategic play, where educated guesses and elimination methods significantly increase the odds of success. With the right lifelines, a solid strategy, and a calm mindset, the numbers suggest that repeated victories are plausible. He added, for someone like Jennings, whose memory and logical reasoning are finely tuned, the game's structure is particularly conducive to consecutive wins. Of course, Jennings acknowledged that achieving a 74-game streak in either show would not be easy. Every game has its unique challenges, and luck always plays a role. I'm not claiming it's guaranteed, just that I see a path where it could theoretically happen, he said. He emphasized that preparation, strategic thinking, and maintaining composure under pressure are critical factors in achieving sustained success, lessons he has learned from years on Jeopardy and other quiz competitions. This candid revelation about potential streaks in other shows has sparked excitement among fans and sparked discussions across social media. Some fans are excited to see Jennings test his skills in different formats, imagining what a streak in Wheel of Fortune or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire would look like. Others admire his analytical approach, noting that he applies the same meticulous thinking to games beyond trivia. For many, the idea of Jennings dominating multiple game shows reinforces his status as a generational talent in competitive television. Interestingly, Jennings' insight into these shows also offers a behind-the-scenes look at how top competitors think. His analysis highlights a critical aspect of game shows that casual viewers often overlook: the mental framework. In Jeopardy, the strategy is about timing, category mastery, and wagering. In Wheel of Fortune, it's probability, puzzle patterns, and maximizing spins. In Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's a mix of knowledge, risk assessment, and lifeline optimization. Jennings' confidence across these different mental frameworks illustrates why he's more than just a trivia champion. He's a strategic thinker who thrives in structured competitive environments. Moreover, Jennings' reflections hint at the universal principles that apply to mastering any competitive field. Observation, preparation, and mental endurance emerge as recurring themes in his approach. Whether he's facing a trivia question, a puzzle, or a high-stakes multiple-choice query, Jennings treats each scenario with the same analytical rigor. This consistency, combined with his natural intellect, makes him capable of approaching record-breaking feats in multiple arenas. Fans have already started speculating which show Jennings should attempt first. While some lean toward the nostalgia of Wheel of Fortune, others argue that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire would better suit his skill set, allowing him to leverage his trivia expertise with strategic decisions. Regardless of the choice, Jennings' openness to exploring these challenges demonstrates a playful, yet highly competitive spirit. He's not content with resting on past accomplishments. He's actively considering new arenas where he can push the limits of his mental agility. In conclusion, Ken Jennings' recent comments about potential streaks on Wheel of Fortune and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire offer fans an exciting glimpse into the mind of one of television's most iconic competitors. While 74 consecutive wins is a monumental feat in any context, Jennings' belief in the possibility highlights both his analytical brilliance and enduring competitive drive. Whether or not he attempts these challenges, his insights remind viewers why he remains a legendary figure in game show history, someone whose intellect and strategy continue to inspire awe and admiration. Jennings' journey from record-setting Jeopardy champion to insightful host and potential multi-show contender underscores an enduring lesson. Excellence isn't limited to one field. With careful planning, strategic thinking, and a bit of daring,